2K Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Strap yourself in because we're about to get started for this wonderful tournament. Let's go. Hello and welcome. It's great to have your company here on 2K Sports. I'm Luke Elvey. Alongside me is Rich Beam. And out on the course, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. Let's get out to the action. The course looks pristine, the crowd is buzzing, and we're glad you've joined us for this exciting day on the course. Let's catch up with play down on the opening hole. Wow, that was just striped. And let's see what he can do here today.
Nicely done.
Henny, what's the player facing here?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
Needs this one to kick right. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. John, have you got a good read on this one?
Well, if anything, this will go a little bit to the right.
It's on a good line. Well, Rich, that's got to feel good. Opening the first with an underpass score.
I've never been disappointed by starting off my round with a birdie, Luke, I can tell you that.
The second hole at player Sayona, Rich. Less than 500 yards, but is a par 5.
Par 5 that meanders from right to left. Just a bunker down the left-hand side you have to think about. Other than that, it's a pretty generous landing area. Second shot, green sits above you just a little bit. 2 bunkers on the right-hand side. The bailout's going to be to the left, sitting below you. All in all, though, a very generous par 5.
This now, his third shot. Six feet remaining to the cup.
Looking for another birdie here.
And after that, he'll move to 2 under for the tournament. Well, the par 3 third is an absolute postcard here at player Sayona.
It most certainly is. Water on the right-hand side, bunkers short and long left. Not very long, but this picturesque par 3 could be painful if you're not careful.
Going with the 7. Right into the water on that one. This one for bogey. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. Rich, the fourth hole is a beauty, a short par 4 where there's so many options.
Coming off of a bogey, looking for a birdie.
This is full send.
A birdie putt awaits. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
He's looking at around 14 foot, I'd say.
Hey, nice looking line. And that's a great way to forget about that bogey on the last.
Luke, I don't know if you know this or not, but nothing rolls like a ball.
Trailing by 4 strokes. Well, as short as the par 4 fourth is, Rich, the fifth makes up for it and then some.
I'm assuming that this hole's name is Diablo because it is a devil of a par 4. Very little room out to the right to find the fairway. Anything missing left, all the way down the hole, you're finding the ocean and a green that is perched right next to it as well. I don't know the best way to play this hole, but I know that 5 is a fantastic score.
Oh, almost went in. Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here. And he's down there. You got a read?
This putt's going to break to the right.
Ooh, nice line. And it's a one-stroke par for our leader over the field. The 6th hole at Playa Sayona really puts a premium on placing your tee shot in the right spot.
Well, that bunker right in the center of the fairway, you aim it right at it, Luke, and either you push your tee shot or pull it to avoid it. That's the best way of attacking that. From there, you've got a green in the distance that's got a couple bunkers well shy of it. They're there for aesthetics only, but a green that is hourglass in shape and just gentle movement all around.
Yeah, this is the stuff we love, getting after this par 5 in 2.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there. Not a good line.
Has it got enough pace? And makes it. What a bomb. That shot's so good, we need to have another look.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
Currently sitting at 4 under par.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Well, after using the driver for a few of the holes, Rich, it's time to get back to the long irons, I see, off the tee at 7.
Just a layup required with either a long iron, hybrid, fairway wood, anything to keep it out of that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. You do want to challenge it, however, because you want as little club or distance into this green as possible. Island green with trouble everywhere.
Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance. And a chance to move into a tie for second here. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
It's just going to cruise up to the left-hand side.
This one has eyes for the hole. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. He's currently tied for second.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
The 8th hole, Rich, a spectacular par 4 here at Playa Sayona.
A strong par 4 here, Luke. Fairway bunkers down the left and right hand side. Second shot to a green protected by bunkers left and right, and a little bit long. You're going to find a waste area. This is really a beautiful par 4, but it can be a little daunting.
This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker, and just one shot off the lead. choosing the 9-iron here. Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
A really good look at birdie.
And he's moving up the leaderboard after that hole. Rich, we're on the 9th tee here at Playa Sayona.
Just waist area down to the right-hand side. Water in the distance. Driver not required here. Your approach shot to a generous green. Thinking birdie here all day long.
Sitting at 6 under for the day. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. Five feet coming up to the cup. He's currently in a share of top spot. Well, as we make the turn at Playa Sayona, we get straight back into it with a pretty strong par 4.
Yes, what a tee shot indeed, going right back into the ocean. Just a very picturesque hole, soaking it all in. Sometimes you can get lost in the beauty of how difficult this hole can be. Some runoff areas both left and right. A challenging second shot to find the green.
Okay, one extra club.
Setting up now, this one from a fairway out. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
This putt is looking like it's going to move pretty hard to the right.
So close. And this putt coming up for his par. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
18-footer here is what he's facing.
Oh, what about the pace on that one? Well, these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet. And he'll move to 5 under after that.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Oh, that was pure. Second shot here on the 11th. And that one has found its way onto the green. That's a good shot, but some work ahead still. And this putt to move into a tie for first place.
All right, this one's starting way out to the left.
And this one is for his par. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. The 12th hole is one of 3 par 3s on the inward half.
It's just another unbelievably beautiful hole on a golf course full of them. Just a couple of bunkers on the right-hand side you have to be mindful, but don't get sucked in the beauty of the ocean on the left-hand side, which is very difficult to do. Enjoy this hole. It is a beauty.
Oh, this needs a little right turn, Clyde.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
John, have you got a read on this one?
This putt's going to go up the hill, move to the right.
Nine feet to the cup.
Nice little par putt here.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage over to 13, and the peninsula of this pleasant golf course comes into play.
You would love to just sit up here and stripe it right at this green, but you should know better not to. Bail out to the left-hand side. Leave yourself with a pretty simple pitch and run to a tiny green, just surrounded by the most beautiful setting you could ever imagine.
Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough. Lining up the birdie putt here. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. Currently 6 under for the round. The 14th hole at Playa Sayona is just another beauty. You've got the little beach and peninsula look, but this par 3 requires a fantastic golf shot.
Everything, but it's got teeth everywhere you look. You can get sucked in by the beauty, but if you do, you're going to make a large number on this tiny par 3.
Just 10 feet to the cup here.
This for a birdie run.
Surely it's going to.
Now leading by 1 shot. Okay, over to 15 we go at Playa Sayona, and it is the final par 5 on the golf course.
Waste area down the left-hand side of this hole is going to see a lot of action as players are going to bail left, not wanting to find the ocean with their tee shot. From there, it's going to take a pretty challenging iron to lay up into a zone not wide. And then the third shot, once again, in a green setting right on the ocean's edge. This is another stunning hole, yet very challenging.
It would be nice to make this putt. This is for eagle. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
He's staring down 23 feet here.
That went ripping by the hole. This putt right on 10 feet. A good one to make. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
Well, the putt starts straight enough, but as it gets towards that hole, it should take a turn to the right.
And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. The finishing stretch here at Playa Sayona starts here with the par 4 16th.
And we've got a couple of fairway bunkers down the right-hand side. Miss those to the left-hand side, and you will hit your second shot into an island, quote-unquote, green. Not surrounded by water, but surrounded by sand. This is a challenging par 4, but should be able to avoid any large numbers.
His second shot here.
Straight downwind. Tough to put a lot of spin on it and hold the green.
This one is headed to the right. This would be a great up and down. This is a par putt. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. We get on the tee at 17, Rich. This is a hole you really want to make sure you position your ball properly.
Only the long hitters will be able to carry that bunker waist area on the right-hand side. Players bailing it out to the left off the tee do have the opportunity to kind of hit a low little chasing shot into this green if they so desire, but it's a difficult second shot no matter how you look at it.
Feeling strong, going for less club.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Oh, as we can see there, the wind definitely affecting that shot.
Oh, I thought that one was going in. A par putt awaits. He's currently sitting in first place. And as you step on the 18th tee at Player Sayona, you're left with a unique challenge of a par 3 to finish.
Once again, over water, a common theme around this beautiful layout. Again, they give you plenty of room out to the right to bail out into a bunker or into a waist area. You'd love, dearly love, to finish off this round with a 3.
Opting for the 5-wood.
Nothing good out on the right-hand side, Luke. This headed for trouble.
Setting this putt up from a mile away. And he's down there. You got a read?
Okay, this putt, I've got it starting out to the left, but it will come back at the end.
That's a nice putt. He'll take that. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Gets that one to go down, and that'll end the day's work. Well, Rich, that was a tale of two nines, wasn't it? A bit of the yin and a bit of the yang.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he just went out there and just didn't really have it going on the back as he did the front, because, you know, that's just the way that life goes.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. .2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time to get into round 2. Let's head out onto the course. I'm Luke Elvey with Rich Beam. Glad to have you back with us. Our leader sits at 7 under. Let's see what goes down today here on 2K Sports. Now to the first hole. Great rhythm on that swing. Okay, let's see if this one sets the tone for the round today. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up here from about 155.
That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Setting up this putt 16 feet from the cup.
Oh, wow. Steady on there. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Currently 5 under overall. Let's take a look at this par 5 second hole.
just a little wandering right to left, dog leg par 5. That bunker down the left is in play. The second shot to a green that's protected by 2 bunkers on the right-hand side and a low area on the left. However, this hole, par 5, is very gettable.
This one may come up just a tad short here.
That's a heavy lie this player has drawn.
Birdied this hole yesterday, but totally different circumstances today.
Well, that sets up a birdie putt, even if it is from long range. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Looks like this will move to the left-hand side as it goes up the hill.
Ooh, nice stroke.
Looking good.
Yes, sir.
And now he'll move to 6 under for the tournament. Stepping onto the par 3 third.
Yes, water down the right-hand side will certainly come into play. Bunker front left and long left also could see some action. This is a beautiful, picturesque, but difficult par 3.
The harmony on that swing was awesome.
Okay, that'll work. And this is a 20-footer. Good one to make. This one's come off the blade pretty nicely. This is tracking.
Oh, what a bonus.
And now onto the par 4 fourth hole.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Oh, that sounded absolutely flushed. Trying to get to 8 under par with this putt.
A par putt on the table.
Trailing by a stroke after that hole. Let's go to hole number 5, and it's a par 4.
Luke, I believe the name of this hole is Diablo Feo, the ugly devil, because this thing is dastardly. It's ghastly. Bunkers down the right-hand side off the tee, water all the way down the left-hand side, the entire length of the hole. I wish I knew exactly the best way to play this hole. I don't, but I do know that 5 is a pretty good score.
This is a fairly lengthy putt here.
And he's down there. You got to read?
You know, to my eye, it's looking a little left to right.
Ooh. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. He finds himself in a share of 4th place at the moment. And on the tee now of the 6th, which is a par 5.
Aim at that bunker in the middle of the fairway and either push or pull your tee shot because you don't want to be in it. From there, your second shot into a fairly flat, generous green, hourglass in shape. Not much to it, so good opportunity to make a par here, maybe even better.
Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in two.
Two big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
Looking good. Oh, what a putt.
Unreal display this week with that wand.
And now we have this player currently sharing top spot on the leaderboard with the legendary Tiger Woods.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
That's a little untidy. Well, Rich, you're one of the rare people to have ever beaten Tiger Woods in his prime. In fact, I think he held all 4 major trophies when you beat him there at Hazeltine in 2002. But you got 1 up against him, but he got 100 up against everyone. Well, what was it like playing against the legendary Tiger Woods?
It's almost hard to describe, Luke, because, you know, he had this following that was unlike any other. And you knew when you were playing with him that of the 30,000 people that were following his group, 29,998 were rooting for him because your wife and her friend were following you.
But even sometimes they were probably cheering for him as well.
And they were kind of looking at you, watching him as well. I'll never forget playing with him in Chicago one year. We both made the cut on the number. I was ecstatic. He would not so much. And we get to the tee, and it must have been 8:30-ish in the morning. I mean, it was still fairly early doors. And I walk up to the first tee, and I knew what it was going to be like. But the stands behind the tee box were packed. Both sides of the fairway were jam-packed. And I just walked up, and there's probably, I don't know, I'm going to say 500 people in the stands behind the first tee. And I walk up, and really loudly I go, "Hey, glad you're all out to come watch me play golf today." And they all laughed. I mean, they all laughed in unison because, like they're looking through their thing. We're like, who is this guy again? Pretty good shot there.
Second shot here on the 8th.
Clubbing up, smart. Got to control it though. Let's see.
Outstanding shot. High quality.
Already made a few birdies today, and this is another good look.
Just hammered that through the line. Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones. Right on 8 feet. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? That one's into the drink, folks, I'm sorry to say. Setting up in the first cut.
Nice out the rough here.
Yeah, nicely played. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
Yeah, nice little 25-footer here from him. Outside chance, so it'll be good to hole. Starts off looking good.
That one's got some intent. And this one is for bogey.
Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole.
On the tee of the par 4 10th hole.
Right back into the ocean we go. It's such a picturesque scene. Sometimes you forget how difficult this second shot can be to find the green with massive runoff areas to the left and long rights.
Wonderfully played. Sitting at 7 under.
Ooh, yeah. This one's headed right.
That's a tad wayward. Not quite finding the surface.
Oh, the wind wreaks havoc with another golf ball.
this putt for par here.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
And as we look at the leaderboard, our player out in front is leading by 1. Hole number 11 is a par 4. Couple of birdies and a couple of bogeys. Needs to get something going here today. He's setting up for his second shot.
Puff of breeze moving this golf ball left to right.
Pretty sure that one's headed left.
Unable to find the green on this one.
Yeah, wind took that one offline in a hurry.
This would be a great up and down. Oh, that just brushed past the hole. Big par saver coming up for this fella. Just 2 shots back after that hole. Teeing off here on the 12th hole.
I can't decide which hole out here is the most beautiful, this one or all the others. Another gorgeous setting here for this par 3. Just a couple of bunkers you got to be mindful of with your tee shot, as well as the ocean back left. However, just sit back and soak in all this beauty.
Found the green side rough. Still, not a bad spot.
Didn't that look good for a long time? This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
Can he save his par?
And now -7 for the event. Welcome to the par 4 13th hole.
You would love to just sit up here and stripe it right at this green, but you should know better not to. Bail out to the left-hand side. Leave yourself with a pretty simple pitch and run to a tiny green, just surrounded by the most beautiful setting you could ever imagine.
Chance to move to 8 under here. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
This putt looks like it's breaking right to left.
And it drops for birdie. And that'll see him move up the leaderboard after that effort.
There's always a sense of excitement striding onto the tee of a par 3 hole.
Everything about this golf course is beautiful, but it's got teeth everywhere you look. You can get sucked in by the beauty, but if you do, you're going to make a large number on this tiny par 3.
Yeah, oh no, this one's left.
Second shot here on the 14th hole. Setting up from the first cut here in the green. That's a wonderfully played chip shot there.
And just a bogey tap was all that was remaining.
Hole number 15 is a par 5.
That waist area down the left-hand side is going to see a lot of action, as players do not want to make the mistake of hitting it in the ocean to the right. A layup from there into a very small section of fairway leaves a third shot to another green and an outcrop of rocks on the ocean. Another stunner.
Yeah, that's a great play, Rich. Not quite on the dance floor, but a mighty drive.
What a sensational play on this par 5 there, Luke.
Ooh, that almost went down. This is what remains for third place on the leaderboard. Nice one. Fourth birdie of the day. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Now on the tee of a long par 4.
And we've got a couple of fairway bunkers down the right-hand side. Miss those to the left-hand side, and you will hit your second shot into an island, quote-unquote, green. Not surrounded by water, but surrounded by sand. This is a challenging par 4, but should be able to avoid any large numbers.
Taking aim from about 170 yards. He's 2 shots back.
This one headed left.
He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush.
Gotta believe the wind affected the golf ball there.
Sitting at 8 under.
Currently tied for third position.
Big time play, that one. At the right time too.
Oh, nothing matters now. That's a chip in for par. Beautifully judged. Great tempo on this chip.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top. We've arrived at a par 4.
Only the long hitters want to take on that waste bunker down the right-hand side. All the others out to the left-hand side. And there's an opening here that players might want to think about chasing their golf ball into, because this second shot, ooh, it is dangerous.
Lining up from the sand now.
Yes, difficult lie. Made a par here yesterday. A little bit more difficult today.
Going with the 5-wood. That always looked wet, didn't it?
Putting for a bogey.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
I've got it going right to left here.
From long range here, looking to get it close.
Tracking.
Oh, it's in the hole. Beautiful.
Welcome to the lucky last, and it's a par 3 to finish.
And what a wonderful way to finish. Again, just a picturesque par 3. Water left, so the bunker and the waste area on the right is going to see a lot of action. Players will be delighted to walk off this par 3 with a par 3.
And he needs this to save par. And that is the conclusion of his round. So that wasn't a bad round of golf there, Rich, but hopefully our player can find a spark tomorrow and move up that leaderboard.
Once again, they had a better round today, but unfortunately everybody ahead of them played even better, so they're going to have to find something in their game in order to move up that leaderboard.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Bean, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow. Good day, folks. It's time to get ready for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, brought to you by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. It's time for our third round coverage of this event. Luke Elvey here alongside my mate Rich Beam in the booth. It's always delightful to have you with us. And as we check today's standings, it's Tiger Woods at the top. He's got a 2-shot lead as we get into the coverage on 2K Sports. Okay, he's got that one in the air, heading out onto the fairway. And that's going to set the tone for the day. This is his second shot. Yeah, that was a safe play. 18 feet to the cup.
Little birdie look in here.
And he's down there. You got a read?
I don't know that you can give this enough break off the left-hand side. Whew.
Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade.
Can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, Luke. Good start.
Let's see what happens here on the second hole.
Par 5 that meanders from right to left, just a bunker down the left-hand side you have to think about. Other than that, it's a pretty generous landing area. Second shot, green sits above you just a little bit. 2 bunkers on the right-hand side. The bailout's going to be to the left, sitting below you. All in all, though, a very generous par 5.
He's had a disagreement with the caddy. He's gone down a club.
So exciting to have an eagle putt here. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This one, it's a 42-footer.
This one's got to break a long way from the right. Oh, that rushed past the hole with some serious speed. It's just about 3 feet away.
This for back-to-back birdies.
He's currently tied for 8th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Here we are at the third hole, a par 3.
Yes, water down the right-hand side will certainly come into play. Bunker front left and long left also could see some action. This is a beautiful, picturesque, but difficult par 3.
Oh, that is a thing of beauty.
Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it.
John, what's the line on this putt?
He's got this one going down the hill and moving to the left. Let's see how he deals with it.
Three feet to go here to the hole. And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. Let's go to the fourth. It's a par 4.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively. That one's right out of the top drawer.
Well, that was a boss move off that tee. Found the green in one shot. And 11 under in front of the player with this putt.
This putt for a spot in the top 5. And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot.
I'm assuming that this hole's name is Diablo because it is a devil of a par 4. Very little room out to the right to find the fairway. Anything missing left, all the way down the hole, you're finding the ocean and a green that is perched right next to it as well. I don't know the best way to play this hole, but I know that 5 is a fantastic score.
Standing over this one, and it's a very long putt.
Oh, that one almost went in, but that slips past the hole with speed.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
It's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some.
He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. A bit long on that one. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. Now at -9 for the tournament. And now on the tee, coming off a bogey, trying to reclaim some momentum.
Well, that bunker right in the center of the fairway, you aim it right at it, Luke, and either you push your tee shot or pull it to avoid it. That's the best way of attacking that. From there, you've got a green in the distance that's got a couple bunkers well shy of it. They're there for aesthetics only, but a green that is hourglass in shape and just gentle movement all around.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. And this is what remains for a share of 5th place on the leaderboard. Trailing by a few shots after that hole. Here we are at the par 4, 7th hole.
Just a layup required with either a long iron, hybrid, fairway wood, anything to keep it out of that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. You do want to challenge it, however, because you want as little club or distance into this green as possible. Island green with trouble everywhere.
I think this could be a slight miscalculation.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Yeah, it's hard to even stand straight on this slope. Big right to left break.
Ooh. Ooh, these are big momentum putts. Let's make this one from 9 feet. He's tied for 6th on this leaderboard. We've reached the 8th hole.
Great tee shot here at the par 4 8th. Bunkers left, bunkers right. And you got a green in the distance. It's also surrounded by bunkers left and right and a waste area deep of this green. This is a beautiful setting on a beautiful golf course. Great hole.
Well, this is a touch of deja vu, isn't it? Taking this approach on from the same spot. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. Fairways and greens. Easy game, isn't it?
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar, Luke. The greens and regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4.
Yeah, we've got waste area down the right-hand side, water in the distance. Driver probably not required off this shortish par 4. Second shot carries a water feature to a green just sitting there in the distance. Very receptive. You're thinking birdie all day long.
Ooh, looks like it's sailing left here.
Setting up for his third shot. Only a few shots off the pace. Oh, that one just missed the hole.
Putting for a par here. Colin Morikawa currently in top spot.
Here we are at the 10th, a par 4.
Yes, what a tee shot indeed, going right back into the ocean. Just a very picturesque hole, soaking it all in. Sometimes you can get lost in the beauty of how difficult this hole can be. Some runoff areas both left and right. A challenging second shot to find the green.
Playing from around 190 yards out.
4 strokes off the lead. That was a beauty.
He hasn't managed to birdie this hole, this tournament. And he's down there. You got a read?
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
Was that a rush of blood? Just 3 feet to the cup. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. Now 4 back after that hole. Here we are at the 11th, a par 4. That's into the second cut of rough. That's the long grass. That's a little wayward.
Yes, just a bit outside there, Luke.
All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. Let's move 1 step closer to the lead here. This putt for a share of 4th.
And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard.
Let's see what happens here at the 12th.
It's just another unbelievably beautiful hole on a golf course full of them. Just a couple of bunkers on the right-hand side you have to be mindful, but don't get sucked in the beauty of the ocean on the left-hand side, which is very difficult to do. Enjoy this hole. It is a beauty.
Beautiful swing there.
A quality shot, that. A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. Currently 12 under for the event. The 13th hole is a par 4.
You would love to just sit up here and stripe it right at this green, but you should know better not to. Bail out to the left-hand side. Leave yourself with a pretty simple pitch and run to a tiny green just surrounded by the most beautiful setting you could ever imagine.
Good chance this one, right on 6 feet.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
And he finds himself in a tie for 3rd. On the tee here, the par 3 14th.
Everything about this golf course is beautiful, but it's got teeth everywhere you look. You can get sucked in by the beauty, but if you do, you're going to make a large number on this tiny par 3.
Yeah, that one will play. Good look at a birdie here. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
It looks a little like a little break, if any, to the right.
Just 1 off the lead after that hole. Here we are at the par 5 15th.
Waste area down the left-hand side of this hole is going to see a lot of action as players are going to bail left, not wanting to find the ocean with their tee shot. From there, it's going to take a pretty challenging iron to lay up into a zone, not wide. And then the third shot, once again, in a green setting right on the ocean's edge. This is another stunning hole, yet very challenging.
This putt to move into a share of second place.
And after that hole, the standings have this player in second place behind Tiger Woods.
This hole is a long par 4.
And we've got a couple of fairway bunkers down the right-hand side. So miss those to the left-hand side, and you will hit your second shot into an island, quote-unquote, green. Not surrounded by water, but surrounded by sand. This is a challenging par 4, but should be able to avoid any large numbers.
Opting for the 6-iron.
Well, that'll be one of the shots of the day, that's for sure.
Trying to get to 16 under with this putt. John, have you got a good read on this one?
It looks like this one will move left to right.
This one's online. There it is. Checking the scoreboard now, and this player currently sits alongside Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Let's see what happens here at the 17th.
Only the long hitters will be able to carry that bunker waste area on the right-hand side. Players bailing it out to the left off the tee do have the opportunity to kind of hit a low little chasing shot into this green if they so desire, but it's a difficult second shot no matter how you look at it.
This one's headed right, Rich.
And that one finds the putting surface. It's a good shot, but some work to do, however. Trying to get to 17 under the card with this putt. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
I'd say about 23 feet to the cup.
Yeah, that's a good line, that one.
Looks to have some good speed about it too.
You beauty, what a putt.
What an amazing putt from way out.
Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. This 18th hole is a par 3.
Once again, over water, a common theme around this beautiful layout. Again, they give you plenty of room out to the right to bail out into a bunker or into a waste area. You'd love, dearly love, to finish off this round with a 3.
Now this putt to get to 18 under par. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
You know, I've been prowling around. It's definitely uphill and moving to the right-hand side.
How close was that? But now it's getting further away.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And his round will conclude with a par today. And as his round comes to an end, he's finishing up in second place.
Luke, tomorrow, final. Can't wait.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Bean, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward. UK Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, are thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time for the final round. Let's head out onto the course. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Luke Elvey. Our featured player is looking good at the moment, sitting in second place with the one and only Tiger Woods occupying top spot. We're going down to the first hole now. He's trying to make a move here and grab top spot on the leaderboard. Will he clinch the title? Time will tell. Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. Standing over his second shot.
Puff of wind blowing right to left. Took it wayward.
Well, that's a no-fuss par to get the round underway, Rich.
That's a rock-solid par right there.
The second is a par 5.
Just a little wandering right to left, dogleg par 5. That bunker down the left is in play. The second shot to a green that's protected by 2 bunkers on the right-hand side and a low area on the left. However, this hole, par 5, is very gettable.
And look at that. Focus solely on the green. This is a bold play.
Well played, mate. Putting for eagle here. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out.
Not a bad line, this.
And at the conclusion of that hole, our featured player leads the tournament with Tiger Woods trailing in second place.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
Here we are at the third.
Yes, water down the right-hand side will certainly come into play. Bunker front left and long left also could see some action. This is a beautiful, picturesque, but difficult par 3.
11 feet left to the hole. Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
And after that hole, our featured player leads, but Tiger Woods is stalking right behind them. One's heading down Broadway. Time for the second shot here at the fourth. Oh, that one skirted the edge of the hole. This one's for birdie. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Time to face a par 4 now.
Luke, I believe the name of this hole is Diablo Feo, the ugly devil, because this thing is dastardly. It's ghastly. Bunkers down the right-hand side off the tee. Water all the way down the left-hand side, the entire length of the hole. I wish I knew exactly the best way to play this hole. I don't, but I do know that 5 is a pretty good score.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Well, that one is looking like it's going straight down the pipe. And this has been a hole he's unable to take advantage of so far for this event. Well, that's a nice line. Oh, what about this start?
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum.
Aim at that bunker in the middle of the fairway and either push or pull your tee shot because you don't want to be in it. From there, your second shot into a fairly flat, generous green, hourglass in shape. Not much to it, so good opportunity to make a par here, maybe even better.
This putt about 11 feet in distance.
This for a birdie.
And he's down there. You got a read?
There's a slope here, and it's going to go right to left on the slope.
It's got a chance. Holds a nice putt for birdie there.
Trying to make a statement early and often.
They've now arrived at the par 4 7th.
Just a layup required with either a long iron, hybrid, fairway wood, anything to keep it out of that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. You do want to challenge it, however, because you want as little club or distance into this green as possible. Island green with trouble everywhere.
A little thirsty. Time now for the fourth shot. Now a 3-shot lead over the field. This one looks to be on a pretty good line. Good shot there. This is a bogey putt coming up. And just now, it's Tiger Woods who's coming off a birdie on the last, which takes him to 2 shots off the lead. We've arrived now on the 8th hole, the par 4.
A strong par 4 here, Luke. Fairway bunkers down the left and right-hand side. Second shot to a green protected by bunkers left and right. And a little bit long, you're going to find a waste area. This is really a beautiful par 4, but it can be a little daunting.
From where he was, he's got to be loving this.
Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Setting up this putt 24 feet from the cup.
So close. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Now 2 shots up after that one. Next up is this par 4 hole.
Just waist area down to the right-hand side. Water in the distance. Driver not required here. Your approach shot to a generous green. Thinking birdie here all day long.
Time for the second shot here at the 9th. And he's safely on the green with that shot. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Right to lefter, up the hill. Can be positive with this one.
Hit a house. Putting for par. Well, Rich, that's always a nice way to get going out of the gates and in top spot. Impressive.
Could be some trying times indeed. Tough holes lay ahead, but yes, you're in the position that you want to be, ahead of the pack.
Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway. Setting up this approach now from a similar spot to yesterday.
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Just a little off with the accuracy there. Unable to find the green.
And missing it long with that approach, not a good leave.
Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole. That one's found the thick stuff. Oh no. Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Let's not think about what happened here yesterday with this next shot. It wasn't very good.
Always frustrated by missing a green.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
And if this can go down, he'll save par. And he's down there. You got to read.
Don't be fooled. It starts straight, but there's definite movement to the right at the end.
Good stroke. Oh, that's a clutch par. He'll like the look at where he's standing on this leaderboard. You've arrived at the 12th, a par 3.
I can't decide which hole out here is the most beautiful. This one or all the others. Another gorgeous setting here for this par 3. Just a couple of bunkers you got to be mindful of with your tee shot, as well as the ocean back left. However, just sit back and soak in all this beauty.
I have words for it. It's just long.
Five feet coming up to the cup.
This is important. Big par putt here.
So, still currently in the lead after that hole, but Tiger Woods is lurking in second place. Welcome to the par 4 13th hole.
You would love to just sit up here and stripe it right at this green, but you should know better not to. Bail out to the left-hand side. Leave yourself with a pretty simple pitch and run to a tiny green. It's just surrounded by the most beautiful setting you could ever imagine.
Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Ooh, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
Well, I think this one's going to be going left to right.
And nicely holed. And as we head to the next tee, our featured player leads by 2. All right, getting into our final stretch. Time to tee off here at the 14th.
Everything about this golf course is beautiful, but it's got teeth everywhere you look. You can get sucked in by the beauty, but if you do, you're going to make a large number on this tiny par 3.
Going with less club.
Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader. Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. Yeah, the line was pretty good, but the length, that was loose. This putt of about 7 feet to the hole. As we head to the next, our leader is ahead by 2. This hole is a par 5.
That waist area down the left-hand side is going to see a lot of action as players do not want to make the mistake of hitting it in the ocean to the right. A layup from there into a very small section of fairway leaves a third shot to another green and an outcrop of rocks on the ocean. Another stunner.
Opting for the 5-wood. He's standing over his third shot. Currently leading by 2. Oh, that was tidy. That should ensure the up and down. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. Still in the lead now after that hole. You've arrived at the 16th, a par 4.
And we've got a couple of fairway bunkers down the right-hand side. Miss those to the left-hand side, and you will hit your second shot into an island, quote-unquote, green. Not surrounded by water, but surrounded by sand. This is a challenging par 4, but should be able to avoid any large numbers.
And he's hit that inside the range.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
12 feet to the cup coming up.
Looking for another birdie here.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This one looks like it will start straight and then move to the right.
Get excited. This could go in. Ooh, a couple of birdies on the bounce. Look who's on a roll.
Back-to-back birdies move in the right direction there, Luke.
Let's head to this lengthy par 4.
Only the long hitters want to take on that waist bunker down the right-hand side. All the others out to the left-hand side. And there's an opening here that players might want to think about chasing their golf ball into, because this second shot, ooh, it is dangerous.
Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber.
Luke, that one was humongous.
Playing this shot from about 180 yards.
Wind coming right at him.
Setting up here with a very long putt. That's disappointing. Par putt coming up here. Stop if you've heard this before. Tiger is coming off a birdie on his last hole, and that will take him to 1 off the lead. Well, this is when the adrenaline really starts to kick in. Leading the tournament with the final hole to play. Good luck. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood. All right, let's keep the focus here. This is to win the event. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
Yeah, guys, he's got 28 feet here.
Oh, that one just had a bit too much pace on it. Well, this is a big moment if I've ever seen one. They need this putt to force extra holes. Well, there you have it, Rich. It looked inevitable. We're into a playoff. Here we go, Rich. It's time for some playoff action.
Oh, and this tournament deserved it, Luke. So good all day long.
This will be intense, Rich. So much pressure, and these players won't be stopping until one of them wins the hole. Buckle up.
I can't wait. Let's roll.
Going with a 3-wood here. Not a good time for an errant approach. Missing the green in a playoff puts pressure on the short game. A chance for victory goes begging. Tough way to lose.
Done after one. Too bad for this player.
Well, that should do it, folks. Hope you enjoyed our extra coverage in this week's playoff finale. From myself and all the dedicated, talented people at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Get set for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. Welcome to the Arnold Palmer Invitational. The first round is about to begin. It looks like a great day out there. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey. Henny Koyak is walking with the feature group. John McCarthy on the course as well. Rich, we're at Arnie's place this week, Bay Hill Club and Lodge. What can the players look forward to from this course?
They're looking forward to probably the strongest test that they're going to have early in the season. This golf course historically is firm, fast, windy, can be cold at times. It's ruthless. It's going to call you out on bad shots, and even your good shots may not always get rewarded. This is going to challenge players mentally more than physically, because the shots they hit aren't always going to turn out in the best of spots.
Well, they can't all be good. Henny, what does his lie look like?
This is workable. Yeah, second cut, looking good.
This is a 7-iron on the way. Let's see how aggressive it becomes out of the sand. Needs this to drop to save par. Here's a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player is in a tie for 7th. Let's go to the par 3 second. That's a misfire there.
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
A 3-footer coming up.
An all-important putt for par.
Here's a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player in a tie for 9th. Now to the tee of the par 4 third hole.
Lovely, lovely rhythm.
Okay, nothing spectacular, but safe. Henny, what do you see in this putt?
A tricky little slider here, downhill, moving to the left.
That looked good for a while. He's got this one for par. He is climbing up the leaderboard after that hole. Let's see what happens here on 4. Well, bad shot, bad break. Whatever the case may be, that did not work out well. That could end up in the rough, and you never know what kind of lie you're going to get. This is dicey, to say the least. Might not have enough out of the rough on this one. Here's the 4th shot. 4 off the pace. On the green and a chance to save par. Henny, tell us about this putt.
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
That putt goes in. Time to make a move.
Currently at +1 for the day.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
And this shot from the bunker. Well, at least it's out of the sand, but some work to do here on the green. Now, this is a challenging one. A lengthy putt awaits. And he's down there. You got a read?
From the get-go, this is a big left-to-right breaker.
Oh, that's a nice looking roll. That one had plenty of heat on it as it went past the hole.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And as we move to the next hole, our leader is ahead by a couple of shots. That looks to be a fairway finder to me.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
Ooh, staying aggressive. Going for the green.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
A chance to get amongst the action of the top 20. If this putt drops. And with that now, back to level par.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
We have a par 3 here.
Nice birdie in the last hole for a change. First one of the day. They needed it desperately. Now, next hole, looking for more.
That was such a pure swing. This is a hybrid. Yeah, I like that. That's okay there. That's a safe shot. Setting up here with a long putt. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
A tricky little slider here. Downhill, moving to the left.
This is a good stroke. From that distance, that's a really solid job. Okay, moving on to the next. Our leader has a 2-shot advantage on the field. We've reached the 8th hole. It's a par 4. And a very long putt remains. Come on. This is a 6-footer. Quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 2-shot advantage for our leader. Over to hole number 9. It's a par 4. That is going to work. Looks like about a 170-yard shot required here.
Puff of wind blowing right to left. This one headed in the wrong direction, out to the right.
With this wind, that's a thing of beauty.
Here's a putt to get to 1 under for the tournament. John, give us a read on this putt.
Nothing too much in this, just a little movement right to left.
As we head to the next hole, our leader has a 2-shot advantage. Now to the par 4 10th.
Players have looked at this hole differently over the years. It used to be just a layup shy of that bunker down the right-hand side. But with a favorable wind, we're seeing a lot more players take out driver and take it over that bunker, leaving a very short second to a green that is slightly elevated.
Okay, Henny, what do you see down there?
Yeah, he's got a good deal of help from the wind here. Bit of a miscalculation out of the rough there.
Now this putt for birdie.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
Okay, Henny, what can you tell us about this putt?
35 foot from the hole.
Oh. A 13-footer here. Oh, that one is way too strong. All right, bogey putt. No longer in the red. He falls to even par for the event.
The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 3rd, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing room here on the left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
Playing this shot from 120 yards. 5 strokes behind our leader.
Going with less club. Let's see how this turns out.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
This one will be breaking quite hard to the left.
That's a nice looking putt. Judged it well. Got a short one coming up. Big putt for par coming up. And that putt will drop. Well done. Now 7 shots behind after that. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer has really started to mimic front and back nines.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds, out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th.
And here we are with the 3rd shot.
Pretty good wind back into the player's face.
Good sounding strike, that one. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. Trying to get to 1 under here with this putt. Trailing by 7 after that hole. Number 13, not a long hole by...
Or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side. Open up the angle for your second shot. And it's obvious, you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side. Make a par. Pretty simple.
That's a little unpredictable. Hope that ends up all right. Sadly, this one will make a splash. This one is from at least 30 feet out. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This one. This is testing. A big right to left slope.
This putt is about 10 feet from the hole. Oh, did you see that one fly by? Well, he wants to limit the damage here. If he can make this, it'll be a double bogey. Currently at 2 over par. And another of the uphill par 3s, the 14th, Rich.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running.
UK Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the beautiful grounds of TPC Sawgrass, our opening round coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. Andrew Catalan here, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy down on the course. Rich, it's a monster week on tour. It's the Players' Championship. What challenges does TPC Sawgrass present?
To attack this Pete Dye design, Andrew, there's nothing straightforward about it. The tee boxes point you one direction, the fairway landing area is in a different direction, and the greens sit in a different direction. There are no straight lines on this golf course. You have to think outside the box to get it around the best at TPC Sawgrass, which is not something that the best in the world tend to do very well. They like things very linear. This is not linear.
Okay, green side, and the goal now is to get up and down. And now a 6-footer is left.
These par putts, they keep around going.
Well, now still a lot of work to be done. A bogey on the first hole.
Not the way you want to start this round with a bogey.
Here's a look at the par 5 second.
Driver not necessarily required here because you have to shape your tee shot from right to left, and if you're a right-handed golfer, that's not the easiest thing to do. So lefties have a better opportunity, I think, of finding this fairway than most with driver. From there, a second shot over a long bunker to a green that's very narrow, dotted by pot bunkers. Truly is one of the coolest par 5s on this layout.
A lot to like about that one. This is a bold choice. Driver off the deck. Looking to get up and down from here. Oh, that was so close. Needs this one in order not to drop a shot. Okay, on to the next. Teeing off here on the third.
Par 3, just 177 yards from the back, but this green is always firm. Be wary of that.
The club choice is a 6-iron. Those are the shots you practice at the range over and over, and boy, does it pay off here. Henny, how tricky is this one?
Okay, my money is on a right-to-lefter.
Let's see if the player can make this putt for par. Time for the tee shot on this par 4 hole.
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green: the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Oh, I can hear the golf claps around the course. And now back to even par for the tournament.
All right, Rich, the par 4 fifth. A strong hole, this one, isn't it?
Par 4, 471 yards from the back. Drive it out to the left-hand side to give yourself the best angle for your second shot into this long, thin green.
His second shot here. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
Setting up this putt 29 feet from the cup.
Look at this one just roll off the green. A bit too much pace, but a chance still to get it back up and in. It's a well-played chip shot there. 4 feet to the cup. Sitting at 1 over for the day.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
The 6th is a par 4.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
And tee shot looks pretty good. Well, that's a touch of the Freddie Couples rhythm right there. Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down. This would be a great up and down from this spot. An opportunity to make a par here. Currently at +1 for the tournament.
Over to the par 4 7th hole.
Difficult par 4, 451 yards. Water and sand all the way down the left-hand side. Hit it out to the right. Find the green with your second and sprint to the next hole, making 4.
On the green, that's always mission number 1. John, your green side, what do you see in this putt?
It looks like this one's moving to the left, I would say.
That starts off on a good line.
There's the birdie. And he moves to even par for the event. Over to number 8, it's a par 3.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
5 wood is the choice. Big shot out of the green side bunker. "13 feet to the cup."
Gotta try and save the par here.
He did a great job to limit the damage.
And that's an exceptional up and down from the greenside bunker.
That might be the best swing of the day. Well, this could go anywhere, but I still love pulling driver out of the bag. Trying to get to 1 under with this putt. You could hear that one drop. What a putt. As we take a look at the leaderboard, our leader is up by 1. And now teeing off on a par 4. That was right on target. Coming out of the deep rough.
And yeah, I don't think that's enough from the rough.
That's unfortunate.
Now from that lie, missing the green was always an option.
Needs this to drop to save par. Here's a look at how things stand. It's a 1-shot lead.
There's some birdie holes out on this course, and the 11th is certainly one of those, but there are some troublesome spots if you get out of play.
There definitely is trouble, but the thing I love about this hole the most, Luke, is that there's so many different ways to play it. Most players will take driver off the tee, but from there, now it's anybody's ball game. You don't have to go for the green on the second shot. You can lay it up over the left. You can lay it up over to the right. You can lay it up long left. There's so many different ways of attacking this hole. Each individual is going to do it differently. I love the second shot on this hole.
It's finding a bunkery sandy grave.
Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
The perfect lie in the sand doesn't exist. Oh, yes, it does. It's sitting good.
And he's back on the surface, happy to have the flat stick in hand. Putting for birdie here. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. Now 7 shots behind after that. Well, the tee shot is all that matters on the short par 4 12th. Most players can reach the green. It's just the decision whether the player goes for it or not.
They can, but they better be aware that there's a lot of danger up there. Water left obviously is no good, but even bailing out to the right in those dunes, in the mounds, and little pot bunkers on top of those mounds, well, forget about it. That's not a good space either, especially since the green does run pretty hard from right to left. If you want to take this hole on with driver and expecting to make 3, well, you need to realize that a 5 and a 6 could be easily made as well.
And he's down there. You got to read.
This putt's going to come in from the left side.
There's a putt of about 6 feet coming up.
Who doesn't love a par putt?
Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. Well, as you start to head for home here at TPC Sawgrass, you're blessed with this wonderful par 3 13th.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
And he needs this to save par.
This one's tracking.
Currently 2 under for the day. There's a few birdie opportunities out of the gate here on the second 9 at TPC Sawgrass, but it really starts to toughen up down the stretch, starting here with a difficult par 4 14.
Difficult tee shot on this playing some 481 yards from the tip. You find the fairway and you've got a decent chance of finding the green with your second shot, but if you're out of position anywhere on this hole, your number will go up exponentially.
Okay, clubbing down.
Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Well, looks like this one's about 21 feet to the hole.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This is a big old left-to-righter.
Ooh. This is a par putt. Now 6 strokes back after that hole.
We've hit the par 4 15th hole.
One of the more simple tee shots on the golf course, par 4, 470 yards. Just a little fade required off the tee to the fairway. The green sits up above the fairway a little bit, surrounded by a couple of bunkers, but I gotta say, I like this hole. It's straightforward, it's simple, before you head into the final 3.
This one needs to kick left and kick left hard.
16 feet away.
Surely it's going to.
Another birdie on the scorecard. That's number 5. And with that, he moves to 3 under par for the championship.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
He really got behind that one. Here's the second at 16.
This one headed out to the left.
This could be a big momentum putt. It's for birdie. All right, John, which way is this putt going to go?
It looks like this one will turn a bit to the left.
On a nice line.
That putt goes in. Let me count them up. 1, 2, 3. That's the 6th birdie of the day.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Let's go over to 17, the par 3.
Par 3 17th, 137 yards, island green. I've actually seen a caddy throw it onto this green, but with a golf club in your hand, can you hit the green?
I don't know if that one's going to come back. I like that one. This putt to get to 5 under.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
That looked good all the way. This putt from 6 feet away.
This for par.
As we take a look at the leaderboard, our leader is up by 1. Time for the tee shot at 18.
Par 4, 462 yards, and you're going to find out what kind of player you are when you tee off here. How brave are you? How much do you trust your swing? If you find the fairway, that's a great start, but the second shot awaits.
Going with 8-iron here. All right, the putter can come out now. There's some meat left on the bone with this one. Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
I'm down here, I've done the read, and this is a left to righter.
Oh, this looks good early. Getting better. It's gonna go! Rich, a long day, 18 holes in the books. It was great to be alongside you.
My pleasure, my friend. Lots of memorable moments out there today. Hopefully tomorrow can produce much of the same.
That will do it for us today. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. It's time to prepare for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, brought to you by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. Welcome back to second round action of the Players' Championship. Andrew Catalan back with you. Thanks for joining us today. Our featured player is coming off a round of 5 under yesterday. Let's see what today holds for him. Let's go out to the first hole. That was really well played. Second shot here on the first. You really got to hit the green there.
Well, definitely the wind had to have gotten a hold of that one.
Let's see if the player can manage a par. Let's check in with Henny.
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
Ooh, what a putt.
Steady as she goes. Nice start.
Let's take a look at the par 5 second.
Drive it out to the right-hand side to get yourself a good look at reaching this green in 2.
This is looking really nice off the tee. Well, we'll see what happens, but you love the aggressive style here with driver. This is his third. That just missed. A look at the lie in the greenside rough. Way too much on that one. This putt is from 16 feet away.
Let's keep those doubles off the card.
Henny, how tough will this putt be?
I've had to read this a couple times because there's a subtle last-minute break at the end. It's going to go left.
He makes the putt for bogey. As we move things along, he slides back to 4 under par for the tournament.
Not much happening. Moving down the leaderboard, never a good sign.
That really sounded pure. This is a 7-iron on the way. And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. This is a big one coming up to save par. And we're on the tee of the par 4 fourth hole.
Par 4, 384 yards from the back. A long snake-like bunker down the right-hand side to a cool little green with all sorts of movement on it. A very fun hole to play indeed.
And right now at -4. That one just rolls by. 7 feet remains. Here's a quick look at how things stand. It's a 3-shot advantage for our leader.
Welcome to the tee of a par 4.
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat, runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
Going with the 8-iron here. Not a bad play, that one. John, have you got a read on this one?
This is going to move pretty significantly left to right.
That one skated by the edge of the hole.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Time to tee off at the 6th.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
Atta boy, good shot. That was special. A chance to move to 5 under par. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
Ooh. And this putt coming up for his par. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost.
Now teeing off on the par 4 7th hole.
Par 4, 451 yards. All sorts of danger down the left-hand side. Hit your tee shot out to the right. Second shot, find the green, 2-putt, and sprint to the tee on the 8th.
Henny, what can you tell us about this shot?
This is down breeze, so it's going to be tough to stop it on this green. Going for less club here.
That was the right club. Now a good look at the hole.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
A birdie putt coming up. This could be a big one. After that hole, our featured player is making a move. We've reached the 8th hole. It's a par 3.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
Going with 5 wood. The yardage was dialed in on that shot. Pin high and looking at the hole.
This one here, this is for back-to-back birdies, moving him in the right direction.
Okay, John, what do you see with this putt?
Pretty sure this looks like it's going to the left.
Putt is underway.
And that will move him within 3 shots of the projected cut.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
We've hit the 9th. It's a par 5. That is an absolute missile. How about this play, pulling out the driver? Here's the 3rd shot. This putt from 8 feet away.
This is such a great opportunity for birdie.
And now 2 shots off the projected cut line. As we move on to the next hole, it's a 3-shot cushion for our leader. That's the type of swing you want to take with you every time out.
Yeah, this one just swerving the green to the right-hand side.
This putt just outside 10 feet. We've got it at 11 feet to the cup. Another birdie on the scorecard. That's 4 for the day.
Sitting at -8 for the tournament.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Oh, that was flushed. Time for the 2nd shot at the 11th. That's a good-looking shot there. And that was a bit of a misfire.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
And that should secure the par on this one. Currently 8 under for the tournament. Now teeing off on the 12th hole.
Par 4 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
That got a little out of control, I think.
Yeah, wind took that one offline in a hurry.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. A par putt on the table.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Gets it to go down. Wow, what a save.
After driving it in the bunker off the tee, that's a formidable score right there.
The 13th is a par 3.
So many different levels to this green on the par 3, playing 181 yards from the back. You can get it close. You can even make a hole in one, but watch out if you hit in the wrong spot on the green. It'll be difficult to two-putt from there.
Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt. And he's down there. You got a read?
You know, it's tough to see, a tricky read, but it's uphill and a left to righter.
Oh, that one rushed straight past the hole. All the great players make a bunch of these. This is from 15 feet. So close. This next putt is for bogey. Currently 7 under for the event.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
We've arrived at the par 4 14th hole.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back nine, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Setting up this putt 20 feet from the cup.
Putting for a par now. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Currently at 7 under for the tournament.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
That's going to work nicely for him. Let's see what the featured player can do from about 160 out.
Wind is blowing left to right. Going to try and hold it against the wind.
Let's see if 8-iron was the right club.
Some nice calculations there with this wind.
5 feet remain.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
He is moving up the leaderboard as we move on to the next hole. We're on the tee at 16.
Ideally, players want to take their tee shots from right to left. Start off that fairway bunker and move it left back in the fairway. Anything down the left-hand side can get caught up into those trees and really cause players issues with their layup. You find the fairway, now you have a massive decision to make. Go for it or bail out to the left, thinking that's the safe play. It really is not. You have to be brave and try and find this green with your second shot. If not, it could come up and bite you.
At 8 under par. Six feet remain.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Here's a quick look at how things stand. It's a 3-shot advantage for our leader. This is a 9-iron on the way. And we're looking at the second shot on 17. And now a critical putt on the line with a chance to save par. As we move on to the next hole, it's a 3-shot cushion for our leader. We finish on 18 with a par 4.
It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there hit it out to the right-hand side of the green, somehow also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole, probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
The mission is simple here. He has to get up and down. That was the right distance and the right club. Well done. This could be a big momentum boost, a shot to get on the projected cut line. And as he finishes his second round, he is right on the cut line. So some watching and waiting the rest of the day, hoping to stick around for the weekend. It'll be an early tee time tomorrow for our featured player, but hey, any tee time is better than no tee time.
They'll take it. They fought hard to make this cut, and they certainly did. Let's see what they can produce.
Well, that's it for today. On behalf of Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and our entire crew here at UK Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's a big day, moving day at the Players' Championship. Welcome back, Andrew Catalan here. Pleased to have you back with us. Our featured player starts the day at 9 under par. Let's get down to the first hole. I like the looks of this. Time for the second shot on the first hole.
That's definitely left of the green.
Still not putting. Time now for the third. Okay, this putt for par, trying to get out of here without any damage. Time for the tee shot at the par 5.
Driver not necessarily required here because you have to shape your tee shot from right to left, and if you're a right-handed golfer, that's not the easiest thing to do. So lefties have a better opportunity, I think, of finding this fairway than most with driver. From there, a second shot over a long bunker to a green that's very narrow, dotted by pot bunkers. Truly is one of the coolest par 5s on this layout.
Target practice with these approach shots, just like that.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
John, your green side, what do you see in this putt?
Pretty sure this putt should move to the left.
Okay, it's a par 3.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
Five feet to the cup. Here's a look at the tee of the par 4 fourth.
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green: the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Looks like this is going to miss just right.
Fantastic shot right there. And now a birdie chance at the 4th green.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Now on the tee after a birdie. Fired up and ready for more.
Par 4, 471 yards from the back. Drive it out to the left-hand side to give yourself the best angle for your second shot into this long, thin green.
Sitting at 9 under par.
And I don't think he's got enough from the sand on this one.
Playing now from the fairway bunker.
Not as easy and straightforward as yesterday's par, so work to be done.
Well, out of the bunker and onto the green, but still a fair bit of effort to go here. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
This putt, it's a 34-footer.
Putting for bogey. Oh, put the brakes on that one. That's got far too much speed. 6 feet remaining to the cup. And that sees him drop down the standings a little bit. We've arrived at a par 4 hole.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
Not a bad line, this one.
8 days a week, that rhythm works.
Time for the second shot here at the 6th.